We are back with the Football Don't Lie podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about obviously recapping week 13, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it was, week 13, and previewing week 14 games. Um, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Thursday night football, which I believe y'all want to remind me
Bills
of Thursday.
Pats. Bills Pats.
Bills Pats. Bills came out on top. What were your thoughts from this game?
Let's see, you can go first.
Sure. It was a close game at the start, fun to watch for the divisional matchup, but the Bills really just took over kind of late in the first half towards that second half, and it was just a pretty boring game to watch. I think we all actually no, I picked the Patriots to win. But in reality, I think a lot of people expected the Bills to win this game. It was a much needed win for their team, and they were able to get it done on prime time.
Yeah, big win for the Bills, and it was only a matter of time before they finally got James Cook involved in that offense, and he got going Thursday night. Big win for them, and now they're first in the AFC, and they have home field advantage. So good for them, and I think a big game this week on Sunday, rematch against the Jets. That should be a good one. But they seem like they've got their offense clicking, and I think they'll be set for a good run in the postseason.
Yeah, I expected the Bills to win. I think two of us picked the Bills, and then Hudson, even though he picked the Packers, probably thought the Bills were going to win deep down. But yeah, I mean, pretty self-explanatory as to why they won. Like you said, big matchup against a divisional team, New York Jets. Interesting to see. Do you guys have the Bills in this one? I have the Bills.
I do have the Bills in this one. I would love to see the Jets win this game, obviously, but it's pretty unrealistic. I think the Bills should be taking care of this one.
Yeah, the Jets played really well against the Vikings, almost made a big comeback win.
Yeah.
Except they just got stymied in the red zone. They actually got hosed, man. Mike White was clearly inside the goal line on that touchdown, that late touchdown. They overruled it. It was a BS. The Jets should have won that game against the Vikings. The Vikings really blew it down the stretch. Kind of shocking. But I just think the Bills are on a different level right now. So give me the Bills to beat the Jets this weekend.
I'm gonna ride with the Bills, like I said. I just think that they've just been playing the better football, and I think the Jets they've had a good season, but I think like they're starting to unravel a little bit. So I'm gonna go with the Bills. Next, what we have is obviously the Patriots. Are they on a bye?
They play the
they're playing
Cardinals
Monday
on
night.
Monday night.
Yeah, Monday.
Trash game. I'm gonna ride with the Patriots, even though the Cardinals are probably favored at home. I just don't trust the Cardinals. So
Patriots are actually favored.
oh, okay. I'm taking the favorite then. I'm taking the Patriots.
I'm gonna take the Cardinals in this one. Like usually I would do this because I'm rooting against the Patriots, but I do think that the Cardinals are actually gonna win. I think their season's already kind of over, and Cliff Kingsbury is kind of counting down his hours, part of the Cardinals organization. But I think that they'll get this one done, just kind of a random win that when the Patriots look back at their schedule, it'll be a game that they would have definitely wanted to win, but I think it may even go to overtime. But I'm gonna take the Cardinals for an upset.
I would like to also take the Cardinals, but I just think Bill Belichick on a Monday night, he always somehow figures out running quarterbacks. He's going to figure out Kyler Murray, and the Cardinals they've been on a slip slide for the longest time. And even off the bye, Arizona, I just don't think this matchup is in their favor. I think they take a big L this weekend on Monday night.
Yep. We don't gotta talk about the Cardinals because they didn't play, so we can move on. I believe the next matchup we're going to be talking about is Packers Bears. That's the next one on my list. Bears were actually up, and then in the fourth quarter, the Packers came out. Christian Watson had a game, and they had a much needed win in Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of know that Aaron Rodgers owns this organization. The Bears had it close in the first half. The Bears were in this game, but Christian Watson really had once again a huge game for this Packers team, and was able with Aaron Rodgers. They were both able to lead the Packers, basically come back from down, double score, and end up winning by another double score. But it's looking more than likely the Packers season is over, but at least getting some bright plays from their young players.
Christian Watson stays hot. What is this, like a 4-game stretch where he has 8 touchdowns, just playing like an absolute beast. The Packers will probably still not make the playoffs, though, unfortunately. But he's playing out of his mind. It was a good win against Chicago. They struggled at first, but AJ Dillon and that run game really got going. It opened up Christian Watson, and he just kind of took over the game.
Yeah. I mean, like Hudson said, the Packers own the Bears, so it's not really surprising. The Bears, I think they're in pretty much tank mode now. So, but the Packers, yeah, they're probably not going to make the playoffs, but it was a good win. Let me just see who these teams play next week.
Packers are on a bye, and Bears are also on a bye.
Oh yeah, they're both on a bye. Okay, perfect. So, so we can move on. We can talk about Steelers Falcons. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch much of this game, so I'm gonna let you guys take this one.
What game was it?
Steelers
Falcons.
Oh yeah, this was the game that we all said we would kind of put aside and not really watch. It wasn't really a great game from either side, from either team. But Kenny Pickett had his moments, I guess. And like I said, it wasn't really like total domination. 19-16 was the final score. And I guess the Steelers are maybe looking to make a potential push for last minute game-winning season to save Mike Tomlin's streak, but that probably won't happen. I guess a good win by the Steelers, but I think they're just trying to see what they can potentially get out of Kenny Pickett for the future.
Yeah, this is a big win. I knew the Falcons were going to lose the moment I saw this game on the schedule. The Steelers at Atlanta. Tomlin was going to make it difficult on Mariota, and he did. Big win for Pittsburgh. I think that puts them at 5-7, if I'm not mistaken. And the NFC South has just become just absolutely terrible. Like every team in that division is bad, including the Bucs. The Bucs are a terrible team who have been escaped by Tom Brady. Tom Brady has bailed them out of 2 games. The Bucs should be 4-8. Legitimately, they should be 4-8. Like legit. All of the teams in that division are trash, including my Panthers. But I knew the Steelers were going to win, but they really shut down Mariota on Sunday. It was a big win for them.
Yeah, I had the Steelers, so it wasn't surprising to me. The Falcons have kind of been fraudulent to me the whole year, especially without Pitts. Like I know he hasn't done much, but he's been a key blocker for them. They definitely missed that. They don't use Cordero. They for some reason use like their second and third string backs more than him. Yeah, so the Steelers, great win. Talking about who these teams play next, the Steelers play Baltimore, divisional game in Pittsburgh. Who do you guys have? Lamar Jackson is probably going to be out, so.
The Steelers are underdogs, right? I'm sorry, no, they're favorites actually right now. And I'm actually going to take the Steelers at home against Baltimore. This game is always close. TJ Watt is going to be wreaking some havoc. Give me the Steelers to upset the Ravens.
I got the Steelers just because of Lamar's injury.
Yeah, I assume that anybody taking the Steelers is because of Lamar not playing. I'm pretty surprised that I'm the only one going to take the Ravens here. Tyler Huntley isn't the very worst. He's on the better side of backups in the NFL, and he can make some plays happen like Lamar can, like outside of the pocket. And it was a very ugly game against the Broncos. What?
He can do what like Lamar?
No, okay, look. Like, you
His
know what I
play
mean?
style. That's fair.
He can scramble out of the pocket better than some QBs in the NFL. Obviously not on the same level as Lamar, even close. It was a very ugly game against the Broncos last week, but they were still able to get it done, luckily. But I'm going to take them to win. I just don't really trust the Steelers team. They have some bright pieces on both sides of the ball, but as a team, I just don't see them beating the Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens Broncos game was absolutely terrible on both ends. And the fact that the Broncos did not win that game with Lamar injured is ridiculous to me.
We obviously know the Broncos defense is one of the best in the league. It's just the offense has been so bad. Russell Wilson has just been so bad. There's no other way to put it. Chiefs play the Broncos this weekend. Oh boy. I don't know about you guys, but if any of y'all pick the Broncos, I'm literally going to flame you. Literally gonna flame you.
No, I'm not planning on it. I'm taking Kansas City.
I'm also taking Kansas City.
I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs. I was trying to say a way of how the Broncos could win this game, but there's no possible way.
And then speaking of the Falcons, are they on a bye?
The Falcons are on a bye. That is correct.
Yeah, they're on a bye. So we can move on. We talk about Ravens, Broncos, Chiefs. Yeah, let's talk about the Chiefs and Bengals. Justin Reed did a lot of shit talking. I don't know what. Did you see his tweet today? He said he was right, even though they lost.
Bullshit. Hayden Hurst had a good game.
But he wasn't. He was talking about T. Higgins.
T. Higgins had the touchdown. What do you mean?
I know. That's what I know. But he wasn't. I don't think he was talking about Hayden Hurst. But yeah, he's
he was talking about. Oh, Hayden Hurst actually did not have that good of a game.
No, that's what I'm saying because he said T. Higgins. He called T. Higgins Tyler Higbee.
Yeah,
and then he was like,
that's absurd. T. Higgins is one of the better.
Can y'all see this?
Yeah, unpopular opinion. We lost, but I was still right. Cry about it. You lost. Why are you talking?
Crazy.
Why are you talking? Anyways, me and Hudson.
If y'all are curious, these are Justin Reed's highlights.
Yeah, me and Hudson called that shit. So
to us, are you able to read this?
It's backwards.
Football town.
It's spelled backwards on purpose. It's Heber's Haters posted it.
Whatever, bro.
Embarrassing loss.
This is not.
Oh, y'all lost to the Pistons, bro.
Yeah, bad.
But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Justin Reed. Yeah, Justin Reed's a clown. I had the Chiefs winning. The biggest play was the Travis Kelce fumble because the Chiefs were like had momentum and shit, and they had just gotten the stop on 4th down at the goal line. But unfortunately, because of the fumble by Kelce, the momentum shifted back. But it was a really good game regardless. Mahomes, it wasn't like a typical Mahomes game, but he still had his moments. It's just their secondary couldn't stop shit. So, so that is that for the Chiefs. We already talked about them against the Broncos. The Bengals play the Browns, divisional game. Browns obviously beat the Texans, Deshaun's first game. Let's talk about the person here who picked the Texans to win. And picked Davis Mills as his player of the week.
I picked Kyle Allen.
It was Kyle Allen.
Yeah, whoever the QB. Yeah.
Okay, I don't regret that because Deshaun Watson obviously sucks and he's not going to be a good quarterback this year. Next year is a whole different story, but this year he's not going to be good. But this Browns defense obviously carried the Browns, and they probably will for the rest of the season. But in this game, I'm taking the Bengals. There's no shot that Deshaun Watson actually leads this team and beats a potential Super Bowl contender Bengals team.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bengals here. I want to talk about Cincinnati here. And I want to talk about one player. Suhas is going to get on me for it, but I have to talk about it. in big time games. Okay, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing a consistent thing in big time games. In big time games, I'm seeing Justin Herbert lose every single time.
Joe Burrow is
I'm seeing Justin Herbert lose big time games, and I'm seeing Joe Burrow come through down the clutch. I don't see Joe Burrow losing to the Raiders. I don't see Joe Burrow losing to the Texans. Okay, the Chargers lost to the Texans last year. That's what I'm talking about. I don't see Joe Burrow losing the big time games at all. He has owned Mahomes. He has owned the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the reason why I like Burrow better than Herbert. I think he's a better quarterback. He's a winning quarterback. That Burrow continuously, play after play after play, he's got to be top 3 in the MVP discussion. No doubt.
Did you guys watch the Chargers game?
I watched a little bit of it. Herbert.
Because not only did Herbert's defense sell him the whole game, the defense was getting torched every single time. His offensive line was also selling. He had to convert a 4th and fucking 12, bro. Did you see the 4th and 12 pass?
I saw the pass to Keenan Allen, but what was he doing quarters 1 through 3? What was he doing quarter?
He
1
was
through
getting
3?
sold by his O-line the whole game. The whole game is
talk about O-line, and then you don't want to talk about Tua, but no.
But Tua's protection was good. Even 5 Reasons said Tua had good protection.
Bro, Tua was getting knocked in the ankles every single play. The protection,
Zach Sealer and whoever the other one was, whoever the other, like the people for the Dolphins, whoever started in place of what's his name, Armstead and Jackson, they played a better game than I think everyone predicted they would. Like, the protection was good. He was off. He was missing throws that he made before.
Yeah. Continue on this game first. Yeah.
No, I just want
to talk about this game, but I think
we'll get to Miami.
If you give
I got something to say about Miami too, but
Herbert does not have like anything going for him besides some good receiving options, and even Austin Eckler didn't have a good game because of the offensive line.
Okay, you can blame offensive line and all that. Look at Joe Burrow's offensive line.
Joe Burrow's offensive line.
Know how bad that offensive line is.
But it's his offensive line right now is better than Justin Herbert's, and that's
no way you just said
Justin Herbert's offensive line is depleted as hell. Look at how many injuries they have on their offensive line right now.
No way you just you. Do you know who's been the most sacked quarterback in the league? Joe Burrow.
I'm talking about I'm not talking about fully healthy. I'm talking about right now. Justin Herbert's offensive line is worse.
Regardless, Joe Burrow is a top 3 MVP candidate. I don't care what y'all say. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals win out. Oh yeah, go ahead and put Burrow as the MVP. I don't have any problem with it at all. He has carried this team full-heartedly. He has put the Bengals right back. They were 3-4, and we were having the discussion of
the whole run game for the Chargers was non-existent. Austin Eckler had 10 carries for 35 yards.
Okay.
They didn't do shit.
But regardless, it's a game you have to win, and Justin Herbert just can't get it done. He had a chance to win it down the stretch or tie the game down the stretch.
They let Josh Jacobs go for 144 yards. Devontae Adams go for 177 and 2 touchdowns. What is he supposed to do? If
the Chargers had a pick 6 to start the game. You're forgetting to mention that.
And the kicker was missing kicks.
The Chargers were up in the first quarter and second quarter. And what did Justin Herbert proceed to do? Absolutely nothing. Okay? Absolutely nothing. Anyway.
Bro, he can't do shit if his defense is not stopping anyone, bro. His defense is not.
Did you not just hear me? Apparently,
okay,
you didn't hear me.
He had 1 pick 6. Cool. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's on Justin Herbert. Fine. But the reason they're losing is not because of him.
I'm not saying the reason they're losing is because of Herbert. I'm saying Herbert can't come through in the clutch, okay? In games he needs to win, he just doesn't do it. Period. Continue.
I think that's disrespectful. Herbert is 10 times the talent of Burrow.
Anyways, I'm going to take the Bengals over the Browns. A few weeks ago, we were clowning Burrow and the Bengals for being 3-4. Somebody, I forgot who it was. Somebody questioned if they were going to even make the playoffs. Wasn't me.
I had them in the playoffs throughout the whole time.
I had them in the playoffs too.
Somebody said something.
I didn't have them winning the division. If that's what you're saying, I had the Ravens winning the division before this.
I think the Bengals are going to win the division.
I had the Bengals winning the division too.
I'm taking the Bengals. All that being said, against the Browns. Hudson, do you take the Bengals?
Yeah.
Did y'all talk about the Browns Texans game?
Okay.
Yeah.
Watson looked terrible. We can all agree that.
Awful.
Browns defense.
It was his first game. It was his first game.
It was his first game. I'll give him that. He looked terrible. So
yeah,
I want to see how he looks against Cincinnati.
That was his only excuse. I don't know who the Browns play. Let me see who the Browns play in Week 15. Week 15, the Browns play the Ravens, and that's on prime time on NFL Network. That's Saturday. So in these next two games, I'm done giving him passes. Like, I'm gonna clown him if he can't succeed at all in these next two games.
Yeah, we'll see. Texans,
Cowboys.
The Cowboys are beating them by 50.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to win by 30 plus.
I don't know if Kyle Allen's going to walk away after this game. I'm taking the Cowboys.
Micah Parsons just might have 3+ sacks.
Yeah.
Next game, let's talk about the Jaguars and the Lions. I don't have any words to say. I called this.
Yeah, no, you did. And the Lions look very impressive. I'll give it to you. They scored on all 8 possessions, if I'm not mistaken. They played very well. I will give them to that. And they're actually favored this weekend against Minnesota, which is kind of I don't know what to think about that. It's a trap game. It's a trap game for Minnesota. Which is why I'm going to actually take the upset. I'm going to take Detroit at home against Minnesota. Their offense has been clicking. And I think they just get the job done for some odd. If you remember, Week 3 was a very, very close game between the Vikings and the Lions. It came down to a Kirk Cousins late touchdown because the Lions forgot how to play defense. And Jamal Williams in that run game really got going. So I'm actually going to take the Lions here in an in what we consider to be an upset, but Vegas does not. So
Suas, you're taking.
I'm rolling with my team. I'm taking
Hell no. All right, honestly, fine, because that is the higher up I move in record prediction. So I'm taking the Vikings pretty easily. Like, the Lions had a good game, but I don't understand how you could not take the Jaguars after they beat the Ravens in that game in a comeback game. Credit to the Lions.
The Lions literally almost beat the Bills if it was not for a field goal.
The Dolphins beat the Bills. And anyways,
what does it have to do with the Lions?
Yeah, I know. Just a side note to remind everyone. But it was a good win against the Jaguars, but against the Vikings, the Lions are going to win this game.
I will say the Vikings have played some really, really, really close games. And some of them they should have lost. Last week against I mentioned it earlier. They should have lost to the Jets. The Jets should have won this game. Fair, they just got absolutely robbed on the goal line. They're playing with close water right now. And Kirk Cousins did not look good at all against the Jets. I'm interested to see what he does this weekend. I just feel like this is one of those letdown games that Kirk Cousins is going to have. It's going to be a letdown game.
They haven't been able to stop anybody either. And the Lions' offense right now is top 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've been clicking on all cylinders. So I'm sticking with my team. I think we have a chance. This might sound crazy. I think we have a chance of making the playoffs as a wild card. Just because after this game, I think we play Carolina, Green Bay, Chicago. And maybe I think that might be it, to be honest. Maybe
you think you're beating Sam Darnold? You wish.
Bro, y'all are trying to lose.
Who's dog? Okay, we'll get to the Panthers, but I have a lot to say when we get there.
Okay, moving on. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jags are on a bye. They play
the Titans. They play the Titans.
It's
in Tennessee. They just fired their GM after getting torched by AJ Brown.
Yeah, it was a pretty great coincidence. I want to take the Jaguars so badly in this game. I'm going to be pissed if Jacksonville does win this game. But if I'm just trying to get these picks right, like I'm going to take the Titans. I don't see a way that they lose this game. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Jaguars won just because of my luck.
I'm going to take the Titans. No, I'm taking the Jaguars. If Lawrence plays, I'm taking the Jaguars. If he doesn't, I'm taking the Titans. He had a bad injury towards the end of the first half, so you might have seen it. But the Titans at home, Derrick Henry has owned the AFC South opponent, so actually, I'm going to stick with the Titans. I just think he has continuously owned the three teams in the division. He might have another 100 plus whatever yard game on 30 attempts just because it's Derrick Henry, but the Titans will find a way to win. I assume off a bad game against the Eagles.
I'm taking the Titans. I just think Derrick Henry is going to go crazy. So yeah, I got the Titans in this one. Especially Trevor Lawrence kind of is in jeopardy to play. And even if he does play, I'm taking the Titans. Titans obviously lost to the Eagles, AJ Brown revenge game. I don't think we have to say much about it besides the fact that we all saw it coming. But they play the Giants, so are we still saying the Eagles are gonna ride hot? Or is anybody?
Who are you two picking? I'm interested to see what Hudson says. I know Hudson is dying to take the upset.
Yeah, he wants to take an upset.
I want to take the Giants really bad. It's just that my friends are really good Giants fans. So I would love to see the Eagles win this game. But as much as I hate the Giants, I would love to see them beat the Eagles because I know that the Eagles are a good team, obviously. And there's nobody really in the NFC. So they're probably going to – they do have a legitimate chance to win it. But they're not as good as everybody thinks. They're not a 9-0 team. They're not one of those teams that can go 17-0, as we saw a couple weeks ago. I'm going to take the Eagles. I think the Giants are in a tough spot because I know with the win versus the Commanders, they would have had a 90% chance to make the playoffs. With the loss, it would have dropped 40%. And now they're kind of in a tough spot because they have that last one on their record after a tie with Washington. So it's going to be tough. They're going to have to end the season on a pretty high note, but I don't think that this game's going to go their way.
I'm taking the Eagles.
I'm also taking the Eagles. Hudson, you're about to see carnage on the field on Sunday. The Eagles are about to put on a show in MetLife. They are going to just torch the Giants. The Giants are going to look bad. They're going to go. Yeah. The Giants are going to look bad, and they're going to be humiliated. They're going to go into next week's game against Washington and get even more humiliated. Yeah. This is about to be a bad 2-week stretch for the Giants. So, Giants fans, be ready. The Eagles are about to put on a show, man. I don't think anybody has had an answer for the Eagles' offense this season, except for the Colts, surprisingly. And the Giants clearly didn't have an answer for Taylor Heineke, so I don't assume they have the answer for Jalen Hurts. So give me the Eagles to win easily against the Giants.
While we're on this topic, can somebody tell me how Tua is above Jalen Hurts in MVP race?
Exactly. What, Hudson, how in the world do you think that Tua is above Jalen Hurts? Please. What does he have over Jalen Hurts that puts him in the MVP race?
It's not the record, and it's not the place, the performance.
I love how Hudson is silent right now.
It's not the record because Tua's been out he was out for 3 games. The Dolphins can be sitting here with 1, maybe 2 losses, I think at most, if Tua doesn't get injured.
Bro, there's some hypotheticals, bro. Can you tell me why does Tua have a case? And don't tell me because he was injured.
because he's improved so much this season, and improvement gets you this spot. And like obviously that's not it. And the Dolphins have been such a better team, and I know that they've surrounded him with pieces, but the O-line is improved. It's not that improved. The defense hasn't done anything this season. It was a one-possession game. We were down 14-0 to the Lions. We were down 14-0. We were down 10-0 to the Bears. And the offense has been carrying us in every single game this season. This was to his worst game this season, and I'm not going to say that he had a good game because he obviously had a bad game. But the fact that people have been waiting 2 whole months just to bring something bad up about Tua is that shows you he had 3 consecutive 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interception performances, and he still leads the league in passer rating. He's still top 10 in touchdowns. He's still top like 5 or 7 in interceptions, and he's doing all that with still missing. He's like top like 10 in yards, and he's doing that still with missing 3 games.
Anyways,
missing games also counts for MVP. Like you have to be available.
I know that's why I get it if he doesn't make it, but like he has a shot. Like for sure he has a shot. He's gonna have to do well in these next 2 games. So these next 2 games are gonna not only decide his MVP status, but like the Dolphins season.
Okay, well, Commanders are on a bye, so we don't have to talk about them. We talked about the Giants. We kind of just touched on the Raiders and Chargers. Let's just talk about who they play, because the Raiders play Rams on Thursday night.
mhm,
The Rams picked up Baker Mayfield.
mhm.
Yep, new starter.
Can't wait. I cannot wait, man. The Rams are about
I'm
to get
excited for that game.
Rams are about to get walked over on Thursday night. And don't look now, the Raiders have won 4 straight games and put them if they win Thursday, they would have won 4 games in a row and they have put themselves right in the thick of the playoff race. Don't look now. Okay.
I'm taking the Raiders. I
I'm also-
honestly think John Walford is better than Baker Mayfield.
No.
I
Actually, I don't know. It's probably not, but Baker Mayfield is really not good. But I don't know if he's that bad.
That's crazy, bro. When the Panthers picked him up, the only person saying that it was a bad pickup was me.
Well, because it wasn't like a good pickup, but the Panthers were just going from mid QB to mid QB to they went from Teddy Bridgewater to Cam Newton, then to Sam Darnold, then to Baker Mayfield, then to PJ Walker, then to like Matt Corral. Like it was like a mid show in Carolina.
Don't disrespect PJ Walker. Are you
Don't
kidding me?
disrespect. Don't disrespect.
Don't disrespect
Teddy,
PJ Walker. He owns the Lions franchise. What are you talking about?
One legacy throw against the Falcons, and after
He
that,
had a legacy game against the Lions. Ask Suhas about it. He remembers 2020 legacy game from PJ Walker against the Lions.
That's how important it was. I don't even remember that game.
Yeah, I forgot about that game until you just.
Oh, okay, he forgot about that game.
Yeah, I know. But don't disrespect Teddy Bridgewater though. He's not mid.
Teddy Bridgewater is the 3rd best quarterback on the Dolphins.
No, he's not. What the fuck? Skylar Thompson is the worst quarterback in the league. Okay, yeah, where were we? Oh yeah, so Raiders, Rams. Are you picking the Rams, Hudson?
No, I'm taking the Raiders.
Okay, I mean we're taking the Raiders. And then Chargers and Dolphins. Okay. Let's talk about the Dolphins. Let's talk about this Dolphins team because come on, man. Tejas, you switched up, bro. I thought you were gonna stick with
TMT. I switched up because I heard Eric Armstead was out, so I thought.
Eric Armstead.
Wait, no, Teron Armstead was out.
I thought Mike McDaniel would get the run game going, but instead he continued to pass.
Oh, you want to hear the running stats after Raheem Mostert said all that shit? You want to hear the running stats?
They trusted Tua instead of trusting their good run game, and that's why they lost.
Well, I'm just trying to find something.
I did switch up. Okay, I instead took the Dolphins. It was a dumb move.
Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson in the first half combined for 13 yards on 5 carries.
You can't give 5 carries. They were up 7-0. You have Brock Purdy on the other side. Brock freaking Purdy, man. Run the goddamn ball.
Brock Purdy outplayed Tua.
Facts. Hey, how about my boy McCaffrey, though? I'm telling y'all, best running back in the game still.
McCaffrey had a really good game. The Dolphins couldn't stop anything. Like their defense was absolutely non-existent. Debo, they held Debo so much. I remember X had a penalty on him, and Debo started laughing. But yeah, they couldn't stop Debo in the backfield or like when he was in lined up. But yeah, they couldn't stop shit. This is what happens when Tua plays a good defense. Okay.
The best
Texans,
defense. The only
Texans,
person that's had a good game against
Browns,
this defense is Patrick Mahomes.
The
And
Texans,
he's on another
the
level.
Browns, the Steelers, whatever other teams he stat padded against.
He played bad against the Steelers too.
He did play bad against the Steelers.
He was like half concussed that game. You're giving credit to Deshaun Watson for being back. Tua was half concussed for that game. It was his first game back too.
Nobody cares. Okay. I'm taking the Chargers in an upset against the Dolphins.
God.
Michael Williams will be back. Give me the Chargers.
No, where is this game?
Suas, take the Chargers.
It's in LA.
Actually, it doesn't matter because the Chargers don't have fans. I actually was gonna take the Dolphins, but I have to think about it right now.
Take the Chargers. Like just do it. Like there's no just
see. I don't know who's playing, bro. I don't know who's healthy. I don't know what the injury report is for the Dolphins.
Armstead's gonna play. Tua's playing. Waddle's playing. I have no clue about the Chargers, to be honest.
Is Mike Williams? Not Mike Williams. Did Mike Williams play? I don't think
Mike Williams did not play last week. He is looking like he will play this week, though.
Mike Williams will play. Tua versus Herbert.
Tua versus Herbert.
I'm gonna take the Chargers. I'm gonna take the Chargers.
Thank you. I'm
gonna take the Chargers. Just because I think this is the Austin Eckler game. Tay just said it's the Mike Williams game. The Dolphins can't stop shit. They can't stop the run. Like you could have Latavius Murray if you're the Chargers, and he would have a legacy game.
This is the Mike Williams game. Just watch, okay? The Chargers have been waiting. The Chargers have been waiting for Mike Williams to come back, okay? Okay, Mike Williams has been waiting to come back. This is his game to dominate. Just watch, okay? I can't wait for this 10-catch, 130-yard, 2-touchdown game for Michael Williams. Book it, okay? Book it. Herbert is going to go to him early. He's going to go to him often, and they're going to win this game.
Mike Williams is the receiver that reminds me of Megatron the most in the NFL.
He's so big, man. Who on the Dolphins has size to guard Mike Williams?
Zero. Nobody.
Howard.
Zero.
They were. I'm so confused. Exactly. This guy's the most overrated, undrafted player in NFL history. I don't know why people keep talking about him like he's good, bro. He's not.
Oh
good.
My God! You saw one play of him.
No, he's not good.
One play,
bro. The guy was just standing there for the touchdown.
You saw one play where Kyle Juszczyk got a touchdown, and you say he's like the most overrated, undrafted.
Because y'all keep hyping him up. I don't see the whole game he didn't do shit. If he's so good, then how come your defense can't stop anything?
Is Jair Alexander also garbage because he had one bad play against Treylon Burks?
I also think Jair Alexander's overrated. I think he's been overrated for a couple years now.
Okay, but he's not the most overrated player in NFL.
He's having a bad season.
Who? Jair?
Jair's having a bad season.
He's been inconsistent. He's been like really good in some games.
If your DBs can't stop shit in general, that means they're not playing well. Like, so I don't understand why people think that what's his name? However you pronounce his name. I don't understand what the hype is around this guy. None of them can stop anything. They can't stop shit, bro. Juwan Jennings, who else was there? Because it wasn't even Debo and Ayuk had like good games. But
Ayuk, Kittle didn't do shit. It was mostly McCaffrey.
Bro, it wasn't even like it wasn't. This is exactly all right. I'm just gonna point out that like nobody on the 49ers had like a great game except for Christian McCaffrey. This is exactly what I'm saying. The 49ers don't ask Jimmy Garoppolo to do anything. Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't even do anything for this 49ers team.
Bro, you underrate Jimmy Garoppolo because Jimmy Garoppolo is one of the best game managers in the NFL. He's not.
I'm saying for this.
But the
Jimmy
fact that
Garoppolo-
you said Brock Purdy is like can do this like the same thing that Jimmy Garoppolo can is disrespectful. Jimmy Garoppolo took the team to the Super Bowl. He didn't take it by himself, but
You'll see. Look. Brock Purdy may not lead this team as far as Jimmy Garoppolo can, but he's also put in mind that he's literally this is his first NFL season. That was his first NFL game. He was the very last pick in the 2022 draft, but he's not going to do much less than Jimmy Garoppolo did.
I'm a Lions fan. I don't see much difference between Jared Goff and Jimmy Garoppolo. I just think that they're very good game managers.
They're not, but like Jimmy, like when you're putting an offense with some of the best, not some of the best, but a pretty good O-line where your blind side is like fully protected. You have two of like the three most unstoppable playmakers in the NFL with one of the best tight ends. Like you're basically it's like being put in an Alabama offense. Like you can't possibly fail at quarterback.
Do you want me to name a QB that was in Alabama's offense?
Yes.
Fucking Tua. So don't talk about Jimmy Garoppolo.
He's doing great this season. He's
okay. Same thing you just said. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle just signed a shit ton of O-linemen. He has a really good run game, a really good scheme designed around him. So are we saying Tua is overrated as well?
No, Tua is not overrated because Tua is making the throws. Because Tua is making the throws. If you watch the 49ers, he's throwing screens, checkdowns, and slants to Debo. And
he's not going to throw anything deep because they don't have a deep threat on their team. Who is the deep threat receiver on the 49ers?
Ayuk is the only threat on their team, and they don't even target him that much.
Debo lines up in the backfield most of the game. Juwan Jennings is just a big receiver. He's not.
They mostly rely on their run game because it's so effective. Shanahan's run attack is what makes him a good offensive coordinator.
The Dolphins don't even throw the ball downfield that much. It's just the thing that with the Dolphins is that basically every single completion is like within 15 to 20 yards. Like that's just how this offense works. So Tua leads the league in air yards. He leads like his percentage is probably pretty high, like no matter what the circumstances. But like most of his completions are probably within like 15 to 20 yards because that is what this offense is based around.
Also, speaking of Jimmy G, he's not out for the season. Apparently, he could be back in 7 weeks.
Yeah, but he
took season-ending surgery. He had season-ending surgery.
No, it just came out. Like it came out today. That's what I'm telling you.
Trey Lance will be back before him.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, people have been saying.
No, because Schefter just said that max he's going to be out for 7 to 8 weeks.
And that's playoffs. It's like during the playoffs. There's no point. They might even be out by then.
No, they're not going to be out by then.
There's like 6 weeks left until the playoffs.
Exactly. So he could be back in 7 weeks.
4 weeks before the playoffs.
And they could even like potentially get a bye week. Like who knows?
Probably
not.
Yeah. The wild card round. There's 5 weeks basically, right now from now.
I'm taking the Chargers though. So.
Oh yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins. If you guys didn't know,
I'm taking the Chargers.
Niners play the Bucks this week. That should be a
Niners
good game.
play the Bucks. Yeah.
Oh, the Bucks. Oh, this is tough.
I'm
taking the Niners.
I'm taking the 49ers.
I guess I'll take the 49ers, even though like I just think that Tom Brady is like he's just like on a mission right now.
Suhas, I don't think you okay. Let me 2 of the Bucks wins have been on the most flukiest last minute drives ever.
Bro, it's because they don't let him
both defenses, the Rams and the Saints, played prevent down the field and allowed him to just dunk it and dink it and dunk it. Okay. They just allowed him to dink it and dunk it, and then he dunked it down to White and he scored. Against the Rams, it was Otten, Scotty Miller. There's Mike Evans again. Okay.
Chris Godwin had a big game.
Okay. The Saints should have won this game easily. They just blew it.
They don't let Brady call the plays until the like they didn't call Brady was not calling the plays until the last drive. And that's
I could care less, man. The Bucks.
If Brady was calling the plays, bro, they would have won the season.
It's not that he's calling the plays. It's just the 2-minute drill. When you're playing 2-minute drill and the defenses are playing prevent, of course you're gonna get 5, 7, 10. yards every single play. Duh. This was supposed to happen. And that's why Brady's so good.
Byron Leftwich is a clown, bro. He's not a good.
I agree with that.
I don't think Byron Leftwich is good at his job. I'll take the Niners. I'll take the Niners.
Last game.
Oh yeah, this
Panthers
is the last.
Seahawks.
Oh yeah, Panthers and Seahawks is the last game. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take the Hawks. I'm taking the Seahawks. I don't know who's. Okay, he's gonna say J.C. Horn. Nobody's guarding DK Metcalf.
J.C. Horn about to put on a clinic, bro. He about to put on a clinic.
J.C. Horn.
Clinic.
Did you just see what he did to Jalen Ramsey?
Okay. Jalen Ramsey wasn't even guarding him half the game, man.
Nah, Jalen Ramsey. There was multiple
on the touchdown play.
The touchdown play. Yeah, but DK Metcalf told Jalen Ramsey to
come across the field, and Jalen stood on the other side and did nothing.
Yeah, because he doesn't want that smoke. And I love Jalen Ramsey, but
the Rams play. You know the Rams play that defense where Jalen Ramsey plays the star position.
Yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks though.
Who are you taking, Hudson?
I'm taking the Seahawks too. I don't think anyone can stop their DK and Tyler Lockett.
Last time the Panthers were in Seattle for a 425 game on the East Coast, Cam Newton and Greg Olsen led a wide receiver core of Ted Ginn Jr., Corey Brown, and a very young Devin Funchess. An upset win over the Legion of Boom. I still remember that game. That was one of the most craziest games ever. But I'm taking my Panthers this week. They will show up. J.C. Horn will take out DK Metcalf. They will take out Kenneth Walker. And I think they just neutralize Geno. This Panthers defense has been one of the best in the league. Y'all are about to see it this weekend. They will take out the Seahawks in a big upset. And this will propel them. This is the win that they need to get going. They have a few easy games down the stretch against the Lions, the Steelers, and they have 2 division games. Those
are not easy games.
They're not easy games, but they're winnable games. That's all that matters. And at home, win against the Steelers and Lions. But they need this road game against the Seahawks, and I think they will get it done. I just feel like the Seahawks had a big win against the Rams. It's kind of a letdown spot. And the Panthers, after a bye week, much rested. Everything just equals win for Carolina. Defense is rested. I think they get the job done this week on the road.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Seattle. Like I said, is that the last game?
Yep, players of the week.
Players of the week. I'm gonna just go give my NFC Offensive Player of the Week. I'm gonna give it to Jared Goff, bro. Jared Goff in a tremendous game. I thought Jared Goff, played a really good game. The Lions did not punt once, so very excited about Jared Goff's play recently. And then Defensive Player of the Week, I'm gonna give it to who I picked as my Defensive Player of the Week. My prediction, I give it to Tariq Woolen. I thought Tariq Woolen did a really good job. He had an interception, and he had a couple of big plays late, so I'm giving it to Tariq Woolen.
Go ahead, Hudson.
Sure. My NFC offense, or which one are we doing first?
NFC. My
NFC offense player of the week. I want to give major credits to Brock Purdy, but I'm going to go Devontae Adams, who had a crazy great game against the Chargers. 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's AFC.
Devontae Adams is AFC.
Oh yeah. True, my bad. Then I'll go Brock Purdy. He came in and was very impressive. And I was pretty shocked as soon as I saw Jimmy Garoppolo with that ankle injury. Like, I was pretty confident that we would end up winning the game, but Brock Purdy came in and really impressed me. Made some veteran throws, and he was really, really precise in the game. And for defense, I'm going to go TJ Edwards, who had a really clutch game for the Eagles. I know that they kind of took over in the second half, but he's been an underrated player so far this season, part of a elite Philly defense.
My NFC Offense Player of the Week is Christian Watson. He stays hot. And my NFC Defense Player of the Week is Malik Hooker. Played a massive role for the Cowboys this week in a big win.
Okay, yeah, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Are we all going with Devontae? I think that's kind of boring.
Yeah, I think we're all going with Devontae. I think it's if you could go Devontae, I'm giving it to my guy Joe Burrow.
I'm giving it to Joe Burrow.
Big
too.
win. Big
No,
win.
then I'll give it to
against the
Devontae.
Chiefs.
I'll give it to Devontae.
Big win.
And then
AFC
Defensive Player of the
defensive.
Week.
AFC defense. I'm giving it to Denzel Ward. Freaking clamped the Texans.
I'm giving it to the whole Browns team.
The whole Browns team.
Yeah.
Whole Browns.
The whole
defense.
Browns team gets that award.
Yeah.
I probably should have given NFC Defensive Player of the Week to Deomberdor Lenore or someone on the Niners for stifling Tua. But next week's predictions: NFC Offensive Player of the Week. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna be giving it to. I'm giving it to Jalen Hurts. I'm giving it to Jalen Hurts against the Giants, and then Defensive Player of the Week. This is very tough, but I'm gonna have to go with. Fuck, dude! All the people want to play for the AFC. I'm just gonna give it to Micah Parsons.
Fuck that, man. I was gonna say Michael Parsons anyways. I feel like that's the gimme pick.
I didn't know who else to pick, bro.
I feel like that's the gimme pick.
I thought you were gonna give it to a Panther.
Nah, it's kind of a gimme pick. But if I want to take NFC Offense Player of the Week, I'm gonna stick. He's been playing really, really well, so I have to give it to him. Jamal Williams seems to get every single touchdown in the world. I feel like he needs to have multiple touchdowns if the Lions want to win. So I'll give it to him. And then my NFC Defensive Player of the Week was going to be Micah Parsons, but I'll give some love to my dog Brian Burns. I think he has a big game against Geno and has multiple sacks.
Yeah, it's a safe pick because I know nobody else is able to pick this guy. I'm going Justin Jefferson. Is going to absolutely destroy the Lions defense, going to have a career day out there on Sunday.
He did last time. Jeff Okuda strapped it. You can look at the numbers.
It's a different story. It's a different story. Is this game in Minnesota now? No, it's in Detroit. It's a different story when it's in Detroit. Now it's personal. But my defensive player is Micah Parsons. I think there's no way around it. He's gonna have a monster day against Houston. AFC,
I don't want to give it to Devontae Adams again, so I'm not going to give it to Devontae Adams. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it to what's his name? I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Justin Herbert against that weak ass Dolphins defense. And then Defensive Player of the Week, I'm gonna give it to. I'm gonna give it to TJ Watt against the Ravens.
Fair. My AFC Offensive Player of the Week is going to be. I don't think it's really a safe pick, but I think it is. Jamar Chase is going to put on a show this weekend against Cleveland. I think Joe Burrow and him get it going, but I think Chase is the one that has the big game. And then my defense for the week, I don't think we've really talked about this guy in a long, long time. I haven't heard his name. Max Crosby is going to torch and just abuse the Rams offensive line, which has given up some of the most sacks in the league. And Baker Mayfield is going to get clobbered behind that offensive line. And I think Crosby is going to be big in a Raiders win.
Yeah, Max Crosby is quietly making his name into the top tier edge rushers. But AFC Defensive Player of the Week, I'm going Jeffrey Simmons against this Jags team. I think the Titans should have a pretty reliable win over Jacksonville. For my AFC Offensive Player of the Week, for I don't know what time it is this season. Perfect. Oh. Give me Tua, who's gonna absolutely torch this Chargers defense and probably I'm gonna go with a double score win on Sunday Night Football on prime time. Tua versus Herbert.
You know what to do. Sunday night, you better have that clip ready.
You better have this clip ready. Send this clip right now before the game, regardless. Tua versus Justin Herbert on Sunday night. The Dolphins are going to win by double possession. I mean, they're going to win by a double score. It's going to be a double score game. Dolphins obliterate the Chargers on Sunday Night Football.
Tua in primetime has been disappointing his whole career.
Stay ready.
On that note, we're going to end off the episode. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. We'll see you guys later as always. Peace.